Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Daniel McGuire here, and in today's video I'm going to be talking about upper division courses, classes you're going to be taking your third and fourth year once you declare your major, your first and second year, and you get through all of your GEs and you get through most of the prereqs for the courses. These are the courses you're going to be taking to kind of wrap up your degree and your major specific ones, as I mentioned. And although I'm going to be talking in particular for civil engineering and engineering and the STEM side, I've talked to a lot of people around campus that are on the social sciences or the humanities side, and they all generally agree with third and fourth year courses being more rigorous and having different professors and different TAs and that sort of situation. So I'm going to be discussing all of that. But the main thing that I could say, even though the coursework and material might be a little bit different, whether you do more reading or writing or problem solving or, crunching numbers, it's all generally the same atmosphere and it's all going to be the same. So that's why I think it's beneficial to kind of know what you're going to get yourself into. So be sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and let's get to it. Now, the first thing that I would say is that the coursework and the course material is going to be more geared to what you really want to do. So that's kind of going to benefit you because, you could have that extra drive because this idea and this major does influence you and it does entice you. So you're going to give it a better effort. And, the material is more interesting to you because this is what you really wanted to study. So you're going to be more prepared to really go about it that way. And I will say the big transition from your first, second year courses to your third and fourth year courses isn't so much, the coursework. A lot of the things are going to be the same. You're going to have homeworks, midterms, and finals, maybe a project here or there. But the main difference is going to be, the amount of time that you're going to have to dedicate to it. A lot of lower division courses are generally easier because they're preparing you for your upper division courses. So you're not really going to have to dedicate as much time to those courses. But your upper division courses, I would say, are more time consuming, and they're really just preparing you to kind of get ready for graduation, maybe whether you want to go into for a master's or a PhD program. They're definitely preparing you for that versus your first and second year are still just preparing you for those upper division courses. So piggybacking off of the whole idea of material and everything, I would say that the upper division material is going to be generally harder because now it's really starting to apply a lot of what you have learned in the foundational courses. So it's really going to push your limits of what you really understand in these courses. And I would say your third year is really kind of like the last weeding out phase that the college really tries to do. They try to really just see who really wants this major and who just kind of was like, and then struggles, and then they kind of get removed from the program, which is unfortunate because you would have already been there 3 years before they really just kind of do that last weeding out phase. And I've talked to counselors and advisors, and they've definitely said the same thing, that their third year is their last kind of weeding out phase to make sure that they prepare people for graduation and to go into the job market up after graduation. So, I would say the material is generally a lot harder, but it is doable because, you're going to have the same group of people for the most part in all of your classes. So you can kind of group with them and you can kind of just work with them, and you can kind of have your set group that goes through all these classes and works together. You can have different, people leading one class and the other, and you can just kind of network and you can kind of do a lot of study sessions and just pull all your resources together and just really try and pass the class together. One thing about UCI is not ultra competitive in the sense that, the professor says 20% of you are going to fail automatically, 20% are going to get an A. It's not like that. They kind of just, however the course goes, that's what they really just try and go with. They all have, a general passing idea, and, they do curve as much as they can, but for the most part, a lot of the people in classes don't generally fail, and it's not ultra competitive to the point where people are really just shielding off and not willing to kind of discuss with you and help you out. I would say a lot of people really do try their best to kind of network and kind of work in groups to kind of bolster themselves through all these classes because everybody is struggling. That's the one benefit I would say is that you see everybody struggling and they're all struggling with you. So don't get discouraged if you kind of feel like, dang, like I'm falling behind, like, damn, what the hell is wrong with me? Like, am I the only one going through this? Like, you're definitely not. Other people are in worse situations or in the situation you are. So just keep that in mind. Now, I know that I've kept beating the dead horse about trying to go to office hours and, building connections, but I would emphasize in particular your third and fourth year for your upper division professors and your upper division, major classes to really go to office hours. It benefits you because these professors, you could have them your third year and then you take them again your fourth year, or, if you take them your third and fourth year, you could go in for a master's program and continue to take that same professor if they do teach the subject that you like. So that's really one thing to consider, go to office hours, build relationships, because especially if you stay in the field of academia, then you could really benefit from just accumulating these networks, and, they could help you, whether that be writing letters of recommendation, whether that be giving you opportunities in their research, whether that be, helping you for the job upon graduation. That's really one of the most beneficial things that I would say going to office hours now that you are just with a very specific set of professors. There isn't that many professors for a particular major, there could be maybe 20 to 30, but relative to what you would expect, across the entire campus, that's not that much. So really just try to build connections and really try to pick one or two that are really just, going to benefit you and you kind of relate to, and you can kind of, get behind, and they can really support you and they could really help you get through. Especially if you're taking their course, you can ask for more in-depth advice and they can kind of give you a little more. They can't really just, give you everything, but they can definitely give you a little more if they like you, or at the end of the quarter when grades really do come out, if you're between that C plus, B minus, B plus, A minus, they can give you a little bit boost to really just get you to that next threshold. So really going to office hours, your third and fourth year with these professors is very crucial. You are going to be taking them multiple times potentially. So it never hurts to keep that bridge going and really just not try and burn a bridge with any professor, in particular your upper division ones. All right, so the next thing I want to talk about is the TAs, or the teaching assistants. And in my opinion, the TAs in your third and fourth year for your upper division courses are some of the most beneficial people that you're going to live with throughout your course of your college career. They're very helpful. And in my opinion, I think I've only had like one or two TAs in 2 years being in upper division courses that weren't really helpful, that I really just couldn't get behind. But everybody else has been really helpful. They really want to see you succeed. They really just want to get everybody to pass by because it looks good on them as well, versus them getting everybody to have A's or B's and C's versus everybody getting C's, D's, and F's. It benefits them as well to make them look good. And the better TA they are, they are going to have better letters of recommendations from the professors or other faculty members. And then your evaluations at the end really do help them, whether that be progressing for, academic roles or whether that be for assistant, associate professor roles. It really benefits them. So a lot of them are really trying to put their best foot forward and just try and give you the most amount of knowledge and really just try and help you as best they can. And a lot of them are relatively at this point kind of trying to be closer in age to you. So you can really just kind of connect with them on a more personal level versus your first and second year when you're 18, 19, 20. It's a little different versus when you're a little bit older. You can talk to them and you can really just become friends with them outside of school, not necessarily just a TA to student ratio. So definitely your third and fourth year TAs are going to be very important. And a lot of them, you're going to be continuing to take, as I mentioned with the professors, whether you take a same professor with the same TA, that could be the TA that you take 2 or 3 times throughout your entire year, your entire school academic life. So it's very important to really just, have those relationships with the TAs, because they are, in my opinion, a very, very beneficial resource that the school does offer. And, some TAs are better than others, obviously, but definitely try and build a relationship with the TAs. They are really there to help you. And a lot of them, in my opinion, just try and get you to get the best grade possible. All right, so that's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know if you have any questions in the comment section below. Thank you for watching.